그럼 프로젝트 발주처인 PT 교육 하크라 마눈갈의 나타리 운영국장님께서 인도네시아 동부 종합개발 프로젝트를 주제로 발표해 주시겠습니다. 큰 박수로 맞아주시길 바랍니다.
So, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I am Natalie from Indonesia. So, for the first, I'd like to say thank you very much to Kotra for this opportunity and create this great event, and so we can present one of our projects in the east of Indonesia. And I believe that this event will eventually create many opportunities for every one of us here. Okay, let's find out a little bit more about Indonesia. So, Indonesia is an archipelago country which consists more than 15,000 islands, and it is located at the heart of the globe, which we call the Khatulistiwa. So, we don't have 4 seasons like Korea. We mainly only have 2 seasons, which is summer and rain. So you can see we are very rich of natural resources from Sabang till Merauke, like minerals, oil and gas, marine products, and many more. So more about Indonesia. Indonesia is the regional economic powerhouse of ASEAN with the highest GDP. And at 2016, PDB of Indonesia achieved $933 billion. Export of CPO Indonesia is the biggest in the world with total $18.8 billion at 2016. And the population of Indonesia reached 252 million at 2016. It's around 40% from total population of ASEAN. And the most important is the domination of Indonesian population is at a very productive age, which is a production and also consumption market. Since 2014, led by Mr. Joko Widodo, our president, Indonesian infrastructure is on a rapidly growing track, and demand from market for strategic industry is also increasing day by day. Here is some requirement project for the next 10 years. It is a 3,000 unit commercial semi-military ship, 35,000 megawatt power plant, 1,500 CPO fuel storage tanks, 150 offshore LNG and refinery plant, 500 set medium and high-speed train, 1,200 steel bridge, 300 port facility crane, 5,000 unit defense special vehicle, and etc. And for your information, Indonesia owns 13 powerful strategic industry under 2 holdings, which is ADHI and NSHI. So, to fulfill the upcoming project, we very need an integrated strategic industrial area to reduce the waste of bad logistics and upgrading the profitability and quality. And for that, we are developing a new region at the east of Indonesia with the starting project Sembilan Bintang Utama, the strategic industry of Suramadu. So the Sembilan in Bahasa it means 9, Bintang is star, and Utama is important. So the 9 important star of the region. The project location will be at the Madura Island. So Madura Island is located at the heart of Indonesia, which is a perfect location for trading, for export-import, logistics, whether it is for national or international. And it got the biggest oil and gas field in Indonesia. Madura also have a huge space and deep sea with long waterfront, which is one of a kind supporting location for strategic industry region. And you can see the location. It if we take the bridge around 10 minutes from Surabaya, the biggest maritime city of Indonesia, and around 1 hour flight from Bali, the tourism island. So the Sembilan Bintang Utama is the first stage of our project, actually at the Madura Island. The grand master plan is the Kawasan Industri Kawasan Industri Mandiri, the Madura Raya Park. So it's an independent industrial park, which is based on Nawacita concept by the government. There will be 5 steps. For the first is the strategic industry. The second is the oil and gas, petrochemicals, cosmetic industry. The next is seeds processing and packaging industry, fisheries and cold storage industry, and rail, soil metal smelter, and silicon industry. So we will develop the first stage of the whole grand plan. Is the Sembilan Bintang Utama, the strategic industry. There will be 9 special zones at the Sembilan Bintang Utama. Okay, which is the first one, is the Creative Polytechnic. The Creative Polytechnic is an educational zone that to teach and lead the locals and young teenage to be a potential manpower, specific to gain skill that can be implemented for the strategic industry. So you can see from the Human Development Index, Indonesia is still at the position of 121 from 186 countries, so it must have a lot of improvement. The next one is SME and Startup Platform. It's a small and medium enterprise zone that we will give a lot of opportunity to the locals, to the young people to be the subcontractor of the strategic industry there. And actually, SME in Indonesia absorb labor more than 97% of the total nation workforce and contribute to GDP around 60% at 2016. Next is the Innovation Business Center. So this is not a common business center, it's a business center that implements high technology, which consists of smart system. So there will be a smart integrated, a smart logistic, a smart contract, account, data center, and self-maintenance building. And it will also be a smart business center, which include the smart office, smart tools, smart ID, meeting room, assistants, and playroom. And the commercial area will be a smart cafe or restaurant, a smart shopping, startup and technology showcase, a hanging park, and a calm corner. And the last one is the learning center. And the learning center will be focused on the startup, technology, and business, and also an innovation studio for them to research and develop. So this IBC will specially for digital business and startup, and the most important actually to expose the industry product to worldwide. Okay, the next one is the Central Control Tower. It is a three-part building, consists of 33 floors for each building, which is mainly a commercial tower, a health center, a business center, a condotel. But actually the most important is the national data center. So it will be implemented at the ground of the building, because Madura is a very highly security and defense system implemented there. Next is the offshore, logistics, and services. Because Madura Island has the most oil and gas content of Indonesia, it is spread around from the land till the ocean. And for its location at the heart of Indonesia, it consists of a deep sea waterfront, is around 20 meters deep. So Madura probably will be the most effective and efficient port of Indonesia. Okay, the next one is a metal component industry and pre-assembly. So as we know that metal is the main component for strategic industry. And mainly, Indonesia is very rich of metal, but lack of research and reproduction. So with the focus of upgrading the local content, we are very confident that it will definitely cut the cost of import raw material, increase the profitability and quality, while increasing the ability of human resources. Okay, this is the strategic industry, the NDHI. It is a national defense and high-tech industry, which consists of industry content like weapon, the system, nuclear, the military transportation, and so on. And this is the NSHI, the National Shipbuilding and Heavy Industry, which consists of industry like heavy equipment, a maritime industry, power plant, fabrication, crane, and many more. And the two of the holding, it will be filled either by the government and also by the public, whether it is national or international. And the last one, and actually the most important one, the power plant. So the 9th zone before, if without the electricity, nothing will happen. So we will implement a power plant, a zero-emission power plant, which it didn't need any coal, any diesel, it only needs water, any kind of water. So we can use common water, we can use salinated water, high-polluted water, and also waste, whether the waste is liquid or a solid. And you can see that for a 280 megawatt, it only needs 2,000 meter square length. And it can be pre-installed in a 40-feet container, and the construction times is maximum 180 days. And the most important, it is zero emission. It won't provide any carbon dioxide, so it's totally a green energy. And it also a waste solution for the city. It can process waste and garbage in any volume, and the waste is transformed into the energy. So in Madura, we will install the first 3,500 megawatt. Okay, this is the first district that we will develop. At the first zone, you can see that we will develop the number 1 till 4, the Creative Polytechnic, the Innovation Business Center, the SME platform, and also the Central Control Tower. And for the second zone, we will develop the strategic industry. This is the bridge from Surabaya. It only takes around 10 minutes. And this is the side plane for the education and startup zone, the tower center, the business and commercial, and the tourism area also. This is the waterfront. So it got deepest around 20 meters without any dredging needed. And it will be the specific port for the strategic industry. So, okay, this is the end of my presentation. Thank you very much for your kind attention. And again, thank you very much to Kotra for this opportunity. And we very hope that Indonesia and Korea will create more chemistry for the future, for a better nation, a better tomorrow. Thank you.
네, 감사합니다. 잠시 5분간 휴게 시간을 갖도록 하겠습니다.